Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations. In the last episode, we investigated the Alabastian Rose Garden to find out the secret behind the Yatagarasu's shadow, and we thought we did, until Bad showed us a photo of the Yatagarasu flying. So that's kind of strange, so we have to come back here into the Babahl's embassy because that is where the shadow flew from, into the Alabastian embassy. So, yeah, let's just get going with this investigation. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babahl's embassy tonight. What a bother all of that was.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jam and Ninja show.
Well, the first occurred at the start of the Jam and Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the Jam and Ninja show was the second one of the night? Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently, right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Gotcha.
So then what was the extent of the damage in the second fire?
The second fire was contained to this floor, the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above that caused it. That's, how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palladino.
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were, and if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day from morning till now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands with the Jam and Ninja, but Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were here tidying up his office. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office? Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the Primitive statue and the Babahl's knife are set down here. I see. Oh, but the time didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we'd no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace.
I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain though, huh?
About that. I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me. An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of his secretary's anger? Oh, he was very good at being mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. I spilled some Babahl's ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see? And he got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Apparently orders go up the chain of command around here. That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. And with such an important day, too. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Natalis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai Shade show. After the show started, I went back to my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I had to return to the theater. Because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the 3 of us, Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jam and Ninja. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran far away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me, but during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Kochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there, in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Palladino, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Thank you, Ambassador Palladino. It appears that Mr. Kochin's body has been taken in for an autopsy. The white outline is all that is left to tell the tale of his murder. So this is the real Primitive statue.
This is really valuable, right?
That's what they say. K, no, don't punch me, no. Bad K. K, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you?
No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I totally was thinking about anything like that.
That sounds mildly suspicious to me. K? K, I'm watching you. I'm watching you, okay, K? K. A fireplace, huh? So Babahl's offices have them too.
Two?
There was a fireplace in a relatively the same location as in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that lady's undershirt in the fireplace.
If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we can play hide and seek.
And come out covered in soot? I think not.
You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window.
So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damas II was killed.
What? You don't mean the Master Damas II? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Even though Master Damas II was merely an imposter of the original, you can't defeat Ronda Light. It appears that this area was heavily damaged by the fire.
Yeah, I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything.
Thank you, Edgeworth. Babahl's ink. There was a bottle of Babahl's ink on Mr. Kochin's desk.
And it looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Palladino, it looks like your precious Babahl's ink is all right after all.
What? That's odd. Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about that ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? Ambassador? I wonder if you might tell me about what you noticed about Mr. Kochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but during the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. I called out to him, and when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green? What was the cause? Well, wheat crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Babahl's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire, so that's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk.
The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery.
What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Okay.
So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh?
Well, what did you expect them to look like?
I thought that Babahl's would look more like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it looked like the butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower base.
If any country had a flower phone, it would be Ablaze, don't you think?
Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been the one from when they were Cadopia?
There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place.
You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and imagination.
It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them.
Babahl sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon.
And what kind of discount would that net you?
The 5-finger kind. What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer.
Things such as?
Such as the truth. What else would I steal?
What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. Looks like... Wait.
God damn it.
Oh, so the coupons are just the same thing as like the weird book on the thing. There is only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World.
Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh, I see. Ah! The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate, why?
It looks like the map of where the treasure was located, of where the treasures are located had been burned. I can't speak. Speaking is hard. That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look like they're broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
That's because I am a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you are not allowed to touch anything. Oh my god, wait, there was an open desk drawer. There was an open desk drawer. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire.
But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a little bit.
I suppose we really should take a look. This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. Okay, yeah, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. Yes, Edgeworth, it is. Is he holding it here? Wait, there was something... Wait, who was holding that? This thing! The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right! What is it? Looks like something straight out of Monument Valley.
Yes, that notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see? Yes, I do. You seem to be quite passionate about it. Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Palladino, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. I see. In that case...
Ooh, did you figure something out?
This note was found in Alabast. Specifically, it was found being firmly grasped by the murdered Damas II.
Damas II? Then this note...
Yes. It was a request from Mr. Cochin for Master Damas II to steal the Primadux statue. What? Manny! Tried to steal Alabast's Primadux statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Cochin? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of the statue? There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you could tell me would be a great help, Ambassador. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Cochin hired Damas II. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event.
But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it?
I'm actually relieved that the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babahl's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Cochin know that about Babahl's Primadux statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, let me handle it. It'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Todopia. At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious. Mr. Cochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure you are the next Cadopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't know the answer to why he was trying so hard yet. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yep, got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire.
Good work, Detective.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Wow. You two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
What do you mean?
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm gonna become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust.
You bet! So what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon?
Oh, you mean Little Thief! You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire.
You got it! Alright, here we go! Dark skies of evening when no other bird dares to take wing, one alone remains all-seeing. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood! Boop.
It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well. Oh, what's this? It was some sort of light show. Was it some sort of blah 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 blah?
This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the info I inputted.
Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday. Ahem. I believe it's about time we return to our investigation. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Palladino saw.
With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Kay, by the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor, until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in Babahl, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Palladino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Kochin's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in? But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire.
And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, and I do believe that what you are thinking is exactly why those flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames? The source of the green in these flames is related to this. This silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the witch crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by witch crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from witch crystal oil.
Oh, you mean that thing Mr. Palladino was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely. As we found out early in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from witch crystal oil that Ambassador Palladino was mistaken about. Babahli's ink is made from witch crystal oil.
Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babahli's ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Kochin used on his desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that Mr. Kochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, What do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Babahle's ink, this is the source of the green flames. Ah, okay. What would consume that great of a volume to make? Great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa.
You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Kochin who made the counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babahl's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Kochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Kochin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. This grandfather clock. It was apparently in a different position before the fire.
According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock right now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Ambassador Palladino, maybe take a look inside that clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palladino that put the wire in there.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Kochin's killer who did.
It looks like one of the Babahle's knives was already missing before the fire began.
So it would seem, especially since the other two knives' handles were burned anyway.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon, and Babahl's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babahl, don't you think?
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babahl's woes. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Oh! I've seen a few of these before! They spin around and around and play music!
I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies.
Yeah, that's it!
But they're nothing alike.
They're totally alike! They spin those babies right around like a record!
I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. You spin me right round, baby.
So Babahl is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take another one after this case?
Do you already have a destination in mind?
Well, ideally I'd like to go somewhere where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show.
Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't believe she took me seriously. A fireplace, huh? So Babahl's offices have them too.
Two?
Oh, wait. There was a fireplace in relatively the same location as the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. Still can't believe that we found the undershirt in the fireplace.
If it was that traumatizing, why don't you create new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek.
And come out covered in soot? I think not.
You really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
Why did we have to- why couldn't I skip that dialogue? I literally just read it. Really? I can't skip it again? Bullshit. That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
I've read this too! God. I'm so annoyed.
Looks like all the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I don't believe it! Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu!
The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems.
I know! Because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf.
You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere?
You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has their own value.
Ow, Kay, you kinda punching me there.
And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all.
But could you really rob someone of valuable memories just like that?
No, because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories.
Detective, you took part in the initial Babahl investigation, correct?
Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire sure took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp.
Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh?
Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic?
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babahle's embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babahl, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babahl?
Yeah, all I saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know?
Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more.
A person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw.
The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alabast was proven to just be a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babahl is also suspect.
You can't be serious! Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you!
So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Kochin, then disappeared. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did, but, well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and I was lost for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective?
Heck, I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir! But, you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around in the 3rd floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Kochin's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran off as fast as I could.
And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I see. So he can be useful once in a blue moon.
Still, it's too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. Then, during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
We've examined everything in this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palleino about it. Ambassador Palleino, there is something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? About this office. It appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. That's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alabastian side of the embassy. Our 2 embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical. So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo op with the Jammin' Ninja?
Yes, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right? Yet another odd expression of Babahl's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be some help. Are we playing Connect the Dots, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, logic dots. The Alabastian and Babahl sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
In Alabast, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall.
A revolving wall? Sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Wow, there's a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir? What? This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed. And my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace.
It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again?
In Alabast, I had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Ah! You scare me, sir!
There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something is missing from this scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? What is missing from the scene? Ashes? Ashes! I think. Right? Is this what I'm gonna take? Ambassador Palleino, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit that I am a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find odd about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go?
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
You don't really think that Ambassador Palleino was lying, do you?
No, there is no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Kay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me?
You got it! I'll add in the ashes from the burned files and... Sounds like we pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know?
There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do. Logic? Logic? Can I revolve the fireplace? If we push this X mark, the fireplace should turn.
A revolving fireplace wall? That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and...
Wait, Detective. There is something we need to examine about this first. Besides which, there is also something I'd like to test.
Like what, sir?
I'll tell you later, Detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. The real reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
It's not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, because even if someone did sweep them up, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Palladino said that he spilled some Babahle's ink while he was burning the files. And yet, there was not a single trace of the spilled ink on the back of the wall anywhere.
Well then, I don't know what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used.
Then you mean the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there?
Yes, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cochin's killer, and after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route!
I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down. Wait. Oh. More logic, sorry. If the killer used the fireplace in this room to escape to the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, sorry. Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh, it was that person, sir! Yes, Detective. Agent Sheena.
Whew! It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it could only have been you that killed Mr. Cochin. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she is hiding something from us.
Okay, then why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
No, not yet. There's something that needs to be done first. Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, is it my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the second's note, sorry.
Okay, I'll get the lab boys on it right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir?
No, next decade. Of course, right now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go on, Gummy, you can do it!
Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here I go, through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective.
Wow, the wall inside the fireplace really did turn.
That's so neat! Now I want to try going through there too!
There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea. It would appear that the ash really was pushed into the other room. Furthermore, the Babahle's ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Detective, I'd like you to go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
Huh? But there's all that ash and stuff.
And your point is? Now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry on through.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few more mysteries to solve. Such as the Atagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding how Miss Yu is related to these embassies.
Mr. Edgeworth.
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted. That's me right now. My brain is not working. So much so that I cannot speak words. What? Was that supposed to be an impression of me, Kay?
If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then all you'd have to do is show off your fancy schmancy logical deductions.
Show off? Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused, like a laser, on only what seems strange and out of place. It's no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Kay.
That's the sort of thing I say to myself. When I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know.
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake.
Yay! Looks like you're back to your straight-laced self again.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir.
Yes, I can see that. Good work, Detective.
Looks like you can use that fireplace as a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay. It's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of unburned ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, Detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh, no, sir. I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually cared about, then I'd get it clean, but, you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish.
So because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know it can be used, right?
Yes, but that's not all we learned. We actually learned one other important fact.
And that is?
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. I'll be right back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cochin's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let us go and wait in the Theatre Neutralis, along with Agent Lang and Agent Sheena. My brain is not working today. My brain is just completely out to lunch. It is not working. I'm so tired. I can't speak words at all. Words are hard. My mouth is... I could not think at all today either. It's just... my brain is completely just out of commission. I can't think. Anyways. Well, that is it for this episode. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.